If you slice the golf ball and want to learn how to hit a draw, or at least slice the golf ball less, maybe you came to the right place. Let's get to it. In this video, I'm going to talk about a common reason why a lot of golfers slice the golf ball, no matter how hard they've tried to reduce the slice and try to hit a draw. I'm going to give you a simple process that may take your game to the next level and reduce the curvature of your golf ball. But like I always say, every golfer is a unique individual. Every golfer may have their own cause and effects. So this isn't going to fit everybody out there that slices the golf ball. But with 25 years of experience, there's a lot of players that do fall into this category. For those of you that don't know me, my name is TJ Valentine. I'm a 25-year PGA teaching professional, been teaching this amazing game a long time. I want to be your virtual coach out there and help you play better golf. I'm going to cover a lot of topics going forward. So please subscribe if you want to learn a little bit more about this game and maybe get your game better. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, I'll put a little info down in the description below. A little credibility check always helps out. Now let's reduce that slice and maybe hit a draw. As I always say, and as I said earlier, everybody is different. So not one way is gonna fit everybody, but this video was prompted by two lessons I had earlier this week, both players dealing with the same issue that I know a lot of you out there deal with. Big slices, pull hooks, high right shoulder, over the top, club path coming across the ball, swing direction to the left, and all of it is prompted by an open face. So when we say cause and effect, we want to know at the root of what we see, why is this stuff happening? What is the start of the chain of events? And in both of these players, I approached the solution in a similar way. Now, everybody is different, everybody's personalities are different, so you have to speak to different people different ways, but my objective was to get them to do the same thing. Now, the lessons weren't at the same exact time, they were different days and these people didn't know each other. But again, both of them had very similar issues. The root cause of both of these players was an open club face in the golf swing. Now, an open club face doesn't necessarily mean the club face is open at address or open halfway back or the top of the swing. It can open really anywhere in the golf swing. Now, most of the time it opens up very early. So you think about how long a golf swing takes. In a perfect world, we want the tempo ratio to be 3-to-1. So 3 times longer in the backswing relative to 1 on the way down. So your average golf swing takes about 0.3 seconds. That is not a lot of time. So if I am chasing an open club face on the way down, there's no amount of flipping and moving that can ever equal consistency overall. And it'll never equal a functional golf shot. So what a lot of players do with an open face, they raise their trail shoulder. They throw the club out. Why? Well, because I can actually get a square club face to the target. That's the key. A square club face to the target. If I do this with an open face, I now have a square club face to the target. So the club face is technically pointing at the target. We know club face equals starting line. But when we have a differential between club path and club face, that equals curve with all things else equal. So if I was to make a swing with an open face, try to square it up by going out with a high shoulder, club head gets outside, now I have a club path that's working to the left. A face may be square to the target, but the path is working to the left, which means that club face is now open to the path. A club face that's open to the path is going to always equal curve to the right, subject to bulge and roll and gear effect with a driver, but we'll leave that for another day. So how did I approach both of these players? How did I fix their club face, get them to reduce the amount of trail shoulder lift and club getting vertical and the pitch of the club changing on the downswing, all as a result of an open face to try to get that face square. How did we change that? Well, it all goes into the setup and how you set up to the golf ball. So I did something a little bit out of the box with them. So I put the club face down and I actually set it up closed. So almost about a 45-degree angle closed. I had them take their normal grip and then from there, wound the trail side to get the club face square. Now you'll notice when I wind the trail side, I'm winding my right arm, I'm winding the shoulder, the forearm is rotating in, the biceps rotating in, the shoulders rotating in, the shoulder starts to work back a little bit more. And essentially what this does, it sets that trail arm up. If I do it from this angle, it sets that trail arm up to a point where it is now coiled. When that trail arm is coiled like that, that club face is going to have a very hard time opening up anywhere in the golf swing. So once their body was in that position, set the club up, turn the shoulders in. Once they were there, they were in a position where they could actually deliver the club technically more from the inside, and they didn't have to compensate the open club face by going out to square the club face. But also, technically, how I wound my trail side into that club by rotating the face square at that point, I put me in a position where that trail shoulder has to stay back longer. It has to stay underneath longer. Now, all of a sudden what happened is their club path was less from the outside automatically. Why? Because the positions that I got these players in at address did not allow the club face to open up. So there was no need to work this way. Plus, with that trail side wound up like that, it's a heck of a lot easier for that club to work in this direction. It's a little bit outside of the box. It's not gonna work for everybody, but I'll tell you, in all my years of teaching, this process of setting up to the golf ball gets that club face more dynamically square overall, which reduces the natural intent to come over the top as a result of it. So there's your cause, open club face. The effect is the path coming outside. We fix the face by setting the face up at address slightly closed, grabbing onto the club like we normally would, rotating the club face square with our shoulders and our trail arm. Sometimes thinking outside of the box is the best thing for you. Don't be afraid to give it a try.